I never thought my own blood could betray me, but that's exactly what happened. My brother, Ethan, had always been reckless. Charming, yes, but reckless to the point of danger. I'd warned my parents when we were kids, warned him when we were adults, yet somehow I'd never truly believed he'd stoop low enough to take everything from me. Yet one Tuesday afternoon, I came home to find our bank account emptied. Every cent of the savings we had worked so hard for, gone. Not just mine, but mine and my son Lucas's. Ethan had forged signatures, manipulated passwords, and vanished as if nothing had happened. I felt like the ground beneath me had been ripped away. Rage, disbelief, and an icy kind of fear washed over me all at once. I called the police, froze our accounts, and spent the next 48 hours trying to trace his movements. But while I was busy plotting what to do next, Lucas, my 12-year-old, was quietly observing everything. Unlike me, he didn't panic. He didn't scream or cry. He sat at the kitchen table with his schoolwork spread out, occasionally glancing up with a mischievous smirk. I asked him what he was thinking. He shrugged. "You're too busy being angry. I have a plan." I laughed nervously, not sure whether to be worried or proud. 2 days later, Ethan showed up at our front door. He thought we hadn't noticed him, but Lucas was ready. He answered the door himself, calm and confident, holding a small box. "Hey, Uncle Ethan," Lucas said innocently. "Dad and I made this for you. Thought you might like it." Ethan's eyes lit up, greedy and naive. "Oh, really? Let me see that." Lucas handed him the box carefully, and when Ethan opened it, his grin faltered. Inside were 2 envelopes marked, "From Lucas." The first was full of Monopoly money, the second empty. Written inside the empty envelope, in neat handwriting, were the words, "Some things you take will always come back empty." Before Ethan could react, Lucas calmly added, "We also called the police. They're on their way. You really shouldn't steal from family." The color drained from Ethan's face. He realized, too late, that his childish schemes hadn't gone unnoticed. I stepped out from the side, calm but lethal. "You're going to pay for this, Ethan. Not with money, but with consequences you can't run from." By the time the police arrived, Ethan was trembling, mumbling apologies, begging for mercy. Lucas, standing beside me, watched with quiet satisfaction. "Sometimes," he whispered to me later, "you don't have to fight with anger. Let them step into their own trap." I looked down at my son, 12 years old, sharp and wise beyond his years, and felt a pride that warmed the cold pit left by my brother's betrayal. Ethan ended up paying back every cent he stole, not because he wanted to, but because the law ensured it. And more importantly, he learned a lesson he'll never forget. Family isn't just about loyalty, it's about respect, and crossing that line comes with consequences. Lucas, on the other hand, didn't see it as revenge. He saw it as justice, the kind that comes quietly, cleverly, and without anger, and it was far more powerful than anything I could have done. That week changed us. My son showed me that sometimes the best way to deal with betrayal isn't through fury or confrontation. It's through strategy, patience, and letting the consequences catch up to those who deserve them. And as I watched Lucas smile, knowing the lesson had sunk in deep for Ethan, I realized he had taught me something too. That wisdom doesn't always come with age, and courage can come from the smallest hands.